and welcome to Business Spotlight. Today my guest is going to talk to you about, or actually we're going to talk about learning how to play guitar. Hey, let me ask you something. Have you ever tried to learn how to play guitar? I mean, for me, it was so tough. But today my guest has the solution for everybody that's from a 14-year-old to a 85-year-old that wants to learn how to play, or better yet, wants to learn how to play better. Brad Barnes of Brad Barnes Presents. He's got a solution for teaching you how to learn how to play guitar. I'm so thankful because, as you can see, he's got quite the skills that he's going to share with you some of the keys to how he can take you from beginner all the way through to the advanced level of playing guitar. So glad that Brad Barnes is going to be here in just 1 second. Brad, thank you so much. Take a chair. Brad, I will tell you, my guest today, I've seen him in action, I've seen his work, and I'm so thrilled that you guys are going to have the opportunity to learn more about what Brad Barnes has to offer. Brad, thanks for being on the show. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, Pat.
I want to get into your story, Brad. How did you get started with guitar?
Well, Pat, I actually got started with bass in orchestra in 7th grade. And everyone in my school district had started playing, if they were in orchestra, in like 4th grade. So I had kind of a handicap there. But after only playing for about 2 months, my teacher liked what I was doing and then asked me to audition for district orchestra, which I did, and actually made it, competing against far more experienced players. And at that point, I knew that I could learn a musical instrument, and I knew I could learn it fast. But I kind of took my success for granted. I was playing football at the same time, and bass wasn't quite the right instrument for me. So at the end of 7th grade, I went ahead and stopped playing in orchestra. But that Christmas, my grandparents had gotten me a guitar instead of a bass. I still don't know why they did that. However, a couple of years later, I kind of started looking at that guitar and I was like, I think that's the right instrument for me. And so I started focusing on guitar quite a bit. I would go to the local music stores and I would pick any guitar teacher's brain that would give me the time of day. And I would read every book that was there that I could get my hands on music theory and guitar and fretboard theory and all that stuff. And I just was obsessed with it. But I kept running into roadblocks with these teachers because they didn't really either know what they were doing, or sometimes they just didn't want to tell me how to do things because they just didn't want me to know the secrets of things.
So they didn't want you to get the insider secrets.
They did not. But I was determined to get it anyway. So I wound up leaving high school at age 16 so I could start college as a music major, which was one of the best decisions I'd ever made. Because finally I was sitting with these teachers that really did know what they were doing. Everything was broken down into logical format. However, I had to take pieces from here and there and everywhere else in that experience, and to be able to put together my own concept on how to learn guitar and how all these pieces fit together, so that a student can, it's called a pedagogy, or a method of study, so that you can have one thing logically lead to the next, so that you can build kind of a comprehensive guitar playing style.
Right, and so you've actually developed a program now that takes you from what, beginner all the way through an intermediate to advanced.
It's exactly right, Pat. And there's 3 sections to this series: the beginning section, the intermediate section, and the advanced section. And the beginning section is exactly that. You don't have to know anything to be able to do the beginning stuff. And I even try to make sure that there's a section on there to be able to describe what all the parts of the guitar are, and the amplifier, and to go into detail of what everything is called and what it does, so that you can not only learn how to play, but you can talk to your friends about it. You can go to the music store. You can be part of the guitar conversation. And as well as obviously learning how to play all the open chords and how to switch between them, and some bar chords. But the biggest thing, Pat, that I really try to include in this is, how do you practice? Because guitar, any type of a skill like this, is cumulative. That means that you have to progress just a little bit at a time every day in order to get there. And you have to have confidence that what you're doing is going to work for you, because it's going to take you a little time before you really see those results. So I really focused on to make sure that the people at home knew exactly what they were doing when they're practicing, how to troubleshoot if the notes aren't coming through, and to make sure that they had confidence that they were going to be able to develop the skill while practicing at home.
That is awesome. Well, I know that you've been actually playing guitar for what?
About 23 years.
23 years, but training others for 14, and you have several success stories. I know that I mean you have one guy that's touching the nation as a guitar player, winning awards and things of that nature.
I do have one student, a guy named Josh Good, that has won 2 Emmys for doing music for television thus far, and has done soundtracks, and has just a laundry list of good things that he's done with guitar. And I've had a student that's actually in high school that took my teaching methods, a lot of the things that are on the intermediate series, and over about a 4-year period, I had taught this person to where he not only took these songs and wrote these songs that were excellent, but then had won a contest with his band to go perform at the NAMM show in Frankfurt, Germany, playing music that he had written with things that I had taught him, which I was very proud of him.
That is really incredible. I'm so excited about the different things that you're actually going to bring to the table. As we go through this show today, folks, we're going to have 3 other segments where we're going to talk more about exactly what is involved in this training program. What is the real takeaway from a beginner through the intermediate, through all the way to the advanced level. So the idea is that Brad Barnes at Brad Barnes Presents will literally take you from practicing in your garage to standing on any stage that you want. It's that comprehensive, and we're really thankful that you're watching, because this show will really help you understand the real principles of how to be successful once you know exactly where you're going. Now, one of the things that I do want to make sure is that you know how to get a hold of Brad. Brad, we just go to Brad at Brad Barnes Presents?
Yes, exactly. Go to bradbarnespresents.com, and that'll take you right to my website. It'll lead you right through exactly where to, how to purchase the program. It's very simple, and I guarantee you, once you do it, you will not regret it.
I completely agree. I've seen the first part of this, and I just want you to say, I want to say, you'll love it. We'll be right back after this.